Okay, let me ask you this. You've walked down Main Street, USA 100 times. You've taken the castle photos, you've lined up for fireworks, and you swear you know Disney World like the back of your hand. But here's the thing. There are secrets hiding all around you. Not the kind you need a backstage pass for. I'm talking about the things that are literally in front of your face. But unless you know the story, you'd walk past them without blinking. And once you notice them, you'll never see the parks the same way again. So buckle up, because I'm about to share 8 of the most curious, jaw-dropping Disney World secrets that are hiding in plain sight. And by the end of this video, you're going to be the Disney expert in your group, the one pointing things out and blowing people's minds as you walk. Secret number 1. The windows on Main Street are actually credits. So picture this. You've just walked through the tunnel under the train station at Magic Kingdom. You step out onto Main Street. That moment is always goosebumps, right? The castle in the distance, the music swelling, everyone buzzing with energy. But while most people are staring straight ahead at Cinderella Castle, I want you to do something different next time. Stop. Look up. See those names painted on the second-story windows above the shops? They look like old-fashioned business signs. Dentists, real estate agents, that kind of thing. Well, here's the secret. Those aren't random names. They're Imagineers. They're Disney legends. They're the people who actually built the park, and this was Walt's way of giving them their credits. Think of it like this. Main Street is the opening scene of the movie you're about to step into. Walt wanted it to feel like you were entering a story. So the windows, that's the credits roll. And the placement matters. The very first name you'll see when you enter is Roy O. Disney, Walt's brother. The guy who actually pulled together the money and the logistics to make Walt Disney World happen after Walt passed away. Roy is basically the producer. And Walt's window? It's not at the entrance. It's at the very end of Main Street, facing the castle. Because Walt is the director, the guy presenting the story you're about to experience. Every single name has a story. Marty Sklar, John Hinch, Mark Davis. If you're deep into Disney history, those names mean everything. It's like a hall of fame hidden in plain sight. So, next time, don't just race to the castle. Look up. You're literally walking through the opening credits of the greatest show on Earth. Secret number 2, the Smellitizers that control your nose. Now, let's talk about something sneaky, your nose. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're walking down Main Street, and all of a sudden you get hit with that smell. Warm vanilla cookies, fudge, caramel corn. It's like you're floating toward the confectionery like a cartoon character being pulled by a scent trail. Here's the kicker. It's not an accident. Disney has hidden scent machines all over the parks called Smellitizers. They're designed to pump specific scents into the air at just the right spots. And it's not just Main Street. Pirates of the Caribbean? That iconic musty water smell? Totally intentional. Soarin', when you fly over the orange groves, the pine forests, even the ocean, you're actually smelling custom scents Disney's pumping directly into the ride. Animal Kingdom has earthy, grassy scents. The Polynesian Lobby smells like tropical flowers. Even the popcorn carts? They're amplified by Smellitizers, so you smell them before you even see them. Why does Disney go through all this effort? Because scent is the strongest memory trigger we have. It's more powerful than sight, sound, or touch. Disney knows if they wire nostalgia into your nose, you'll crave it forever. And that's why people say they can smell Disney World even when they're not there. They're not making it up. It's a carefully engineered trick that literally burns itself into your memory. Here's a fun little hack. When you walk past Main Street Bakery, watch people's heads turn. Most won't even realize it, but their noses are pulling them like magnets. That's Imagineering at its sneakiest, and its smartest. Secret number 3, the forced perspective trick on Cinderella Castle. Alright, let's move on to something that plays with your eyes instead of your nose. Cinderella Castle is the crown jewel of Magic Kingdom. It looks absolutely massive, like skyscraper level huge when you're standing at the hub. People guess it's 250, even 300 feet tall. But here's the reality check. The castle is only 189 feet tall. Why that oddly specific number? Because 190 feet is the cutoff for the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. If it were 190 or taller, Disney would legally be required to slap a giant red blinking airplane light on top, and that would ruin the illusion. So, how do Imagineers make a 180-foot castle look like it towers over the entire park? Forced perspective. This is one of Disney's favorite tricks. Basically, as you look up, everything gradually shrinks. The bricks at the bottom are massive. As you go higher, they get smaller. The windows are scaled down, the turrets are scaled down, even the shingles. Your brain assumes everything's the same size, so it thinks the castle is way taller than it really is. And it doesn't stop at the castle. Main Street buildings use the same trick in reverse. The first floor is full-sized, but the second and third floors are only half-sized. That makes the street feel cozy and small town when you enter, but when you turn around at the end of the night and look back, the castle feels even bigger. That's the genius. Disney isn't just building structures, they're building illusions. They're playing 4D chess with your eyeballs. And here's the wildest part. Cinderella Castle isn't technically a castle at all. It's not made of bricks or stone. It's steel and fiberglass, which means Florida hurricanes? No problem. That castle is basically indestructible. So yeah, next time you're taking that iconic castle photo, remember, what you're really looking at is a carefully crafted optical illusion designed to make you feel small, make the castle feel massive, and set the stage for the fantasy you're about to live. Secret number 4. The trash system you'll never see. Okay, not the most glamorous secret, but trust me, this one's so cool because think about it. Disney World has tens of thousands of people walking around every single day. They're eating Mickey pretzels, turkey legs, popcorn buckets the size of their heads. That's a lot of trash. Now, here's the magic trick. You never actually see it pile up. The bins are never overflowing, and you don't see cast members dragging giant bags through the streets all day. So, where does it all go? Under your feet. Beneath Magic Kingdom is something called the AVAC system, Automated Vacuum Assisted Collection, and it works exactly like it sounds. There are hidden trash chutes all over the park that connect to massive pneumatic tubes. The second a cast member empties a bin into one of those chutes, the garbage gets sucked away at 60 miles an hour to a central collection spot. Imagine a giant underground garbage highway zooming under Cinderella Castle and Tomorrowland, right while you're eating your churro above. And here's why this matters. Walt absolutely hated seeing trash on the ground at other amusement parks. Legend has it, he even did his own little experiment in Disneyland. He'd watch guests to see how long they'd carry their trash before dropping it. The average? About 30 steps. That's why Disney bins are always placed about 25 feet apart. Not random, scientifically tested. Now combine that with the AVAC system and suddenly, you have a park that looks magically clean, even with 50,000 people stomping around. And you don't even think about it, right? That's what makes it brilliant. Next time you throw away a wrapper at Magic Kingdom, pause for a second. You just launched your garbage into a vacuum tunnel like it's some kind of sci-fi movie. And honestly, that's way cooler than watching a cast member drag a bag through a crowd. Secret number 5. The hidden apartment in Cinderella Castle. Okay, this one feels like pure Disney fantasy. Did you know there's a secret apartment inside Cinderella Castle? Yep, and it's not a rumor, it's very, very real. When Imagineers first designed the castle, they actually included a private suite for Walt Disney and his family. The idea was that Walt could stay there when visiting Florida and host special guests. But here's the heartbreaking part. Walt passed away in 1966, years before Walt Disney World opened in 1971. The suite never got finished. For decades, the space was basically used for storage and office functions. Can you imagine? A dusty, forgotten apartment sitting right in the middle of the most iconic castle in the world? But then, in 2007, Disney decided to finally finish it, and they turned the space into what's now called the Cinderella Castle Suite. And it's probably the most exclusive overnight stay on the planet. Here's the catch. You can't buy your way in. No amount of money will get you a reservation. The suite is reserved for special promotions, sweepstakes winners, and occasionally, celebrities or VIPs. We're talking Beyonce, Tom Cruise, Mariah Carey, that level. And the suite itself? Oh man, it's dripping with detail. There are mosaics made of 24-karat gold tiles, a fireplace that glows with twinkling pixie dust, a bathroom with a jacuzzi tub under a ceiling painted with constellations and fiber optic stars. Even the clocks inside are permanently frozen at 11:59, so the magic never quite runs out. And get this, the windows you see on the castle when you're standing in the hub, some of them actually belong to the suite. So while you're down below craning your neck for photos, there could literally be a family upstairs lounging in their royal bedroom watching fireworks out their private window. To me, that's one of the coolest secrets of all because it's right there, hiding in plain sight. We all dream about living inside the castle, and technically, someone is. Secret number 6, the Liberty Square bathrooms that don't exist. Now let's head over to Liberty Square because this is one of those secrets that's so bizarre. Once you know it, you can't unsee it. Liberty Square is all about transporting you back to colonial America, the 1700s, right around the American Revolution. The details here are insane. You've got the architecture, the shutters hung slightly crooked to mimic old hand-forged hinges, even lanterns in the Liberty Tree to represent the original 13 colonies. But there's one detail most people miss. There are no public bathrooms, and that's on purpose. Imagineers wanted to stay historically accurate, and in the 18th century, indoor plumbing didn't exist, so they designed the land with 0 official restrooms. Now, technically, if you eat at Columbia Harbor House, there are restrooms, but here's the clever part. Those bathrooms are tucked just outside the official boundary of Liberty Square, so Disney can't say the land itself has none. And there's an even weirder detail. Look down at the pavement. Running right through the middle of Liberty Square, you'll see a brown river in the concrete. That's not bad design, it's intentional. It represents the waste that people in colonial America would literally dump into the street. Disney went that far for authenticity. Think about how wild that is. You're walking through one of the busiest sections of Magic Kingdom, probably eating a funnel cake, and right under your feet is a permanent piece of pavement designed to represent 1700 sewage. And most guests never notice. It's those tiny details that make Liberty Square so special. Haunted Mansion even ties into it. The idea of death and the supernatural was a big part of colonial American culture. Every little corner is thought through, even down to, well, historically accurate lack of plumbing. So, next time you're walking through Liberty Square and you suddenly wonder, why do I have to walk all the way into Fantasyland to find a bathroom? Now you know. It's not bad planning, it's immersive storytelling. See what I mean? Disney hides layers and layers of storytelling in the most unexpected places. It's not just about the rides, it's about world building. You've got garbage flying through underground tunnels, celebrities secret staying in the castle above your head, and a land where bathrooms don't exist because history. And here's the wild part, we're only halfway through the list. The next secrets take things to a whole nother level. We're talking massive structures that aren't what they seem, and details Imagineers planted that you'll probably never spot unless you know where to look. Secret number 7, the Animal Kingdom tree that isn't just a tree. All right, time to head to Animal Kingdom because this secret is massive. Literally, the Tree of Life. You've seen it from miles away, towering at the center of the park. It looks like this impossibly huge, beautiful tree with branches stretching 145 feet into the air and roots spreading over 160 feet wide. It's one of the most photographed icons in Disney World, right up there with the castle and Spaceship Earth. But here's the truth. It's not a tree at all. What? The Tree of Life is completely man-made, and at its core is something you'd never expect. An old oil rig. Yep, Disney built the entire structure around the steel skeleton of an oil rig. Why? Because oil rigs are designed to withstand insane weather conditions, like hurricane-force winds. Florida gets plenty of those, so Imagineers needed something tough enough to hold the massive weight of this tree structure. And then came the artistry. Imagineers carved more than 300 animals into the bark and roots. Elephants, lions, dolphins, insects, you name it, it's probably on there somewhere. Each one represents the diversity and interconnectedness of life on Earth. And they're not just random. The placement tells a story if you really study it. Here's the kicker. Most guests snap a photo from the front and move on to Pandora or Expedition Everest. But hidden around the base of the Tree of Life are quiet little pathways called discovery trails. Hardly anyone goes down them. And that's where you can get right up close to the carvings, where they're the most detailed. Some of the animal faces are so intricate, you can see tiny tool marks. It's like walking through a secret art gallery hidden in the roots of a fake tree. Oh, and if you've ever watched It's Tough to Be a Bug inside the tree, then you've technically been inside the oil rig. Kind of mind-blowing, right? So, next time you're at Animal Kingdom, don't just take the wide shot. Wander down the trails, look at the carvings up close. The story Imagineers built into that tree is one of the best examples of Disney's details most people miss philosophy. And it's hiding right in the middle of the park. Secret number 8. The hidden Mickeys multiply like crazy. Now, we've got to talk about the most classic Disney secret of them all, the hidden Mickeys. But here's the twist. They're way more intense than most people realize. Yes, everyone knows about them. The 3 circles forming Mickey's head, sometimes in ride queues, sometimes in carpets or murals. But what most guests don't realize is just how many there are. We're not talking dozens. We're talking hundreds, maybe even thousands across all 4 parks, hotels, restaurants, even golf courses. And the Imagineers didn't just plop them in at random. Each one was carefully placed, often by the designers who worked on that attraction. It's like their secret signature. Some hidden Mickeys are obvious, like on the Living with the Land attraction, where you'll see one made of pumpkins in the greenhouse. But others are so subtle you'd never spot them without a guide. There's one hidden in the rockwork outside Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. But you can only see it at a certain time of day when the sun hits the rocks at just the right angle. There's one in the ballroom of Haunted Mansion, but it's made of tiny plates on the banquet table. Blink and you'll miss it. And here's the wildest part. Imagineers are still adding them. Even in brand new attractions like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, there are hidden Mickeys woven into the design. So the hunt never really ends. There are whole books, websites, and fan communities dedicated just to cataloging these things. And even then, you'll never find them all. That's the beauty of it. It keeps Disney parks feeling like an endless scavenger hunt. Every trip, you'll discover something new. Next time you're in the parks, turn it into a game with your group. Who can spot the most hidden Mickeys before lunch? Suddenly, waiting in lines becomes way more fun. And that's the thing about Walt Disney World. You think you've seen it all, but there's always another layer hiding in plain sight. The smells, the optical illusions, even the secret spaces most people walk right past without even realizing it. And honestly, we barely scratched the surface here. There are so many tiny details in the parks that it could take a lifetime to notice them all, which is exactly why no 2 trips ever feel the same. So here's what I'd love. Jump into the comments and tell me what's the coolest hidden detail you've ever spotted at Disney. I guarantee there are some gems out there I didn't cover, and I'd love to feature a few of them in a future video. Also, if you want a spot to share even more Disney secrets and connect with other fans who live for this kind of stuff, we've got a free school community. It's where we hang out, swap tips, and geek out over everything from hidden Mickey hunts to the best quick service meals. Links in the description if you want to join us. And hey, don't stop here. I've got another video right over here packed with even more Disney secrets and hacks. Click that next because your adventure is just beginning.